Okay, so it seems like recently we've had a little bit of an update on the Hololive member Haachama, who obviously has been going through a bit of a tough time recently, and obviously we've seen this with going on hiatus, and we are still well within that hiatus at the moment. Now, many people were worried, maybe she was feeling a little bit left out or whatever, especially within a lot of talents, but it seems like she's been reaching out to a lot more of the Hololive members, which I think is actually really, really great to see. And it seems like we have an update on exactly where she is, how she's doing, and maybe a little hint at when we might be able to see her coming back, because obviously it was pretty worrying seeing her, obviously in that stream, which obviously then ended up with her going on a break, right? And yeah, obviously, ever since this post here, there has been no post, no nothing from Haachama. Obviously, said this is Akai Hato. After considering my health and discussing with my family, I've decided to take a temporary break from activities. I feel truly sorry to deliver this news to all the fans who always support me, but I would appreciate your understanding. Obviously, it says from the manager in charge. There's been a lot of support from a lot of the members over at Hololive, including Mori Calliope and Nino, and so many more people. Right? There's again, it's been pretty crazy how much support there has been for her. And again, it seems like well, she might be doing a little bit better, as we got a little bit of an update from Roboco here, talking about it in a short little clip. So let's take a look, and then we'll talk about it.
あ、そういや、この間チャマからちょっとね、メッセージが届いて、ほっこりした。早く帰ってくるの待ってる。チャマが、僕が一時期チャマにめっちゃ、チャマの好きそうな服のお店ができたの知ってたから、めっちゃ送ってたの。これ多分チャマが好きそうな服とかカバンだよ、みたいな。そう、したら、タブちゃんがこの間言ってたやつ、買ってきちゃったって、LINE 来てて、可愛いってなった。知ってるんだから、好みが。ねえ。最近チャマの生存報告結構聞くよね。嬉しい。うん。連絡来てた。
So yeah, obviously she mentions the fact that she did send her a message, after suggesting, I think, a clothes store that she might like, which obviously is great to see, because obviously it seems like, as she literally says in one of the clips, right, it seems like there's some signs of life about Chama. Obviously, she wasn't extremely happy whenever, in the clip that we saw and in the kind of live stream that she was doing before she ended up going on hiatus. But it seems like now a lot of the members that have been talking to her have been trying to reach out to her, and obviously it seems like she's been talking back and essentially just kind of, I guess, reassuring some people that she's actually okay, and that hopefully things can go back to normal soon. Obviously, we don't know. This isn't some like definitive thing of maybe she might come back, maybe she won't come back. We're not really sure at the moment when she'll come back, and obviously I think it will be completely up to her how long it will take. But obviously it is a nice little update to know that she is like out and about doing stuff. I also just wanted to quickly add that Haachama also did make an appearance over on Kanata's stream. If you don't know, Kanata will be graduating soon on December 27th. And yeah, it's a shame that obviously the two didn't get to really collaborate as much as maybe they wanted to. But again, obviously this was over on her live stream. She actually made a brief kind of appearance, right, despite obviously being on hiatus, which I think is nice to say. And obviously they said Kanata is Kanata's younger sister alter ego, for anyone unaware. They said Haachama basically just said not Kanata, but Kanata, but Kanata, thank you for everything, that left. Kanata after said, Haachama, don't push yourself, okay? Kanata also loves you and often talks about the times we've gone to Caesarea together. Thank you, I'm so happy. Take your time resting. When you're better, please stream lots. My Japanese is so I'm not 100% sure about the Caesarea part, but I hope she's doing well. So yeah, obviously a lot of people very, very happy to see that obviously she managed to at least get a call in there and say, essentially goodbye, right? And saying thank you for everything. Say, man, poor Haachama, she didn't even get to collab with Kanata due to her circumstances. I really hope that she didn't take it hard nor blame herself. It's just bad timing. I was happy to hear her, even if it was briefly. So yeah, obviously a lot of people have been discussing that too, which again, I do think it is pretty popular. Obviously they say Caesarea is a restaurant, I believe. And yes, Caesarea is a restaurant. They say, yeah, it's likely, it's like a chain family restaurant. I'm not exactly sure if my translation is correct, It was just something talking about having gone/going to Caesarea though. So yeah, obviously they did have a little bit of a chat, and hopefully maybe they chat a little bit away from stream after she's graduated or something. You never know. But just kind of wanted to add that in there with the whole information about not Kanata, Haachama, talking to a lot of the different members and kind of getting a little bit more involved after her hiatus. But yeah, and isn't like, at home or anything, kind of, I guess, worrying about all of this kind of stuff, because again, obviously it can be pretty hard whenever that kind of happens, right? And obviously Haachama, yeah, again, is responding to other Hololive members and things like that, which is also great to see. People saying, I'm glad she's talking with other Holomem. I said, yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking hearing her say that she didn't think she had any friends in Holo during that stream. So it seems it's nice to see that the members are proving her wrong. I hope that she can spend Christmas and New Year's with friends, which yeah, is 100% true, right? Because that was one of the main points that a lot of people brought up whenever she went live that time. She said that she didn't feel like she had a lot of friends, that she felt like quite lonely and stuff in regards to Hololive, which obviously, can suck. But it seems like obviously a lot of people are trying to reach out and do more things with her now that, she's come out and said this, because again, obviously, I don't think any of them have particularly, left her out on purpose. Maybe it was just a coincidence, and maybe also as well, maybe she just felt that way, and maybe that wasn't the case. Maybe they were there for her the entire time. You never know, right? But again, they're obviously making it much more known that, she's still there, and that, obviously there's a lot of friends still there, including obviously a lot of the people replying to the post, including Maury and so many more that have responded to this one too. And I hope that they've also done so behind the scenes too, and it's not just a Twitter reply, right? They say it can be really rough when those inner doubts start to come up. That people are your friends, but sometimes there's a little voice in your head saying, but are they really? And it can send you to a dark place if you don't know how to handle it. So the hard part is that when everyone's busy and you're not in drama, a lot of relationships can drift apart. A fear that she expressed in the deleted stream is the dread that people only pay attention to her when she's in a crisis. While it's good that she could own this feeling and describe it, the nagging doubt is the insidious and could easily return if the situation calms down. She's on an independent schedule again. It's complex and will take serious work to get through. They say pretty much she just needs to be reminded that she still has friends, even though they're too busy doing other stuff. It's not like they're ignoring her, like she doesn't exist out of fear and spite. So yeah, obviously, I think that's a good way to kind of look at it, right? Obviously she mentioned the fact that a lot of people only pay attention to her whenever, stuff like this goes on, which obviously probably won't help the case that much further, right? I don't think, obviously there's been a lot of attention on Haachama, especially after the hiatus and things. But hopefully, people do continue to interact with her content, as well as friends and stuff do continue to interact with her, regardless of, this going on, right? I think that obviously, yeah, that's what she really wants, is people to interact with her, people to watch her, people to do all of this kind of stuff, even when she is not in some big drama or some big situation or whatever that is getting her that attention, which I think is fair enough, right? Obviously, I think that's, pretty understandable. Obviously, a lot of people saying, oh, thank God, thank goodness. And so happy she's getting better now. So obviously, it is great to see that a lot of people, sending her support and things, especially in the comments here too. People saying, I'm glad Haachama seems to be doing all right. Thanks to our high spec, super cute Roboco. They say, I love these two. Such a relief to hear that she's out and about, able to go shopping. Roboco is such a sweetheart, checking on her. It's nice to know that they still communicate IRL, even though they barely mention each other on stream. Good friends. As they're glad to hear that Haachama is doing good. I'll be waiting her patiently. So yeah, obviously a lot of people just waiting patiently to see whenever she will return. And as I said, in terms of, when will Haachama come back to streaming, I'm not sure, okay? Because again, obviously, this was, posted pretty much at the start of November, well, at the end of October, but essentially the start of November. So again, it has been, almost 2 months now that she's been off. So I would probably reckon sometime in the new year, I reckon she'll probably take off the rest of the year and then maybe come back after that. Again, obviously, maybe things aren't as good as maybe it seems like through some of these clips and things. You never know. But again, from what I'm seeing here, it seems like things are pretty fine. And, obviously, it seems like she's just trying to get back on track again. So hopefully that does kind of, stay that way. And, she can come back after the new year, after Christmas and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, obviously get back into what she was doing, which would be really nice to see. And obviously a lot of people in the Hololive community would be very happy by that. So yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is to this update with Haachama. I just kind of wanted to give you guys that little bit of an update, because again, obviously I know many of you are worried about what exactly went on, as the deleted stream was a pretty worrying one with all of the stuff that she was saying in regards to, friendships or loneliness and things like that. Obviously, that can be pretty worrying for a lot of fans who don't know much. But again, it seems like a lot of the Hololive members are coming over and essentially, trying to go out their way to talk to her and things like that, and obviously other people as well going out their way to talk to her. So hopefully that does kind of boot things in the right direction, and obviously hopefully Haachama can come back very, very soon. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.